Hello and welcome to Matt's Casual Cooking. Today we are going to be making a turkey. Very easy recipe that does take a while to actually make as far as cooking, but a very good recipe nonetheless. So we'll go over all the ingredients and how to cook it, and let's get to it.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and go over some of the items that you're going to need today. Um, and I'm talking to you like this because I want you to kind of be able to see me about everything we're going over. So first you're going to need the turkey, any size that you want. I have a 14 pounder today. You're also going to need some oven bags and also at least a tablespoon of flour. I'm using all-purpose flour. Some optional items, you can use melted butter, but I'm just using salt and pepper today. You're also going to need a pretty deep baking dish for this. Now the oven bags are optional, but they are also a great way to reduce your cooking time in the house. If you don't have them, don't worry about it. You'll still be able to obviously make your turkey. Now, if you don't have your oven bags, the turkey will come with instructions about how to cook it and how long to refrigerate it. Um, Now, if you, and as far as the oven bags will also come with instructions and tell you a range of your turkey and how long you're going to cook it and at what temperature. Now, I'm also using, for the turkey, I'm using sterile, well, these are nitrile gloves. This will kind of help my hands stay away from the salmonella for it. Now, if you don't have them, don't worry, you're just going to want to, I'm still washing my hands, but definitely if you are not using any sort of gloves, make sure to wash them, and after each use I am throwing these away after contact with the turkey and not reusing it. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to cut open the turkey, and I'm going to show you everything in it. All right, now I forgot to mention this particular turkey wanted you to thaw it in the refrigerator uncovered like this. And you want to put it in a deep pan, and now I did line it with aluminum foil. You want to thaw it every 4 pounds of a turkey, 24 hours. So mine is 14 pounds, so it's about 3.5 days that I thawed it. It was a little bit more, but I wanted to make sure for this, obviously, that it didn't go bad. Because if your turkey is frozen, you're not going to come out with a very good turkey. So, and you want to leave it now in the pan here, because when we cut this open, all salmonella is just going to pool right in here, all nice for you. So, I'm going to go ahead and cut it open. And I am using cooking scissors for this because we are going to want to cut right here because it is binding the drumsticks together, and we're going to need to open that up and actually pull it apart. So go ahead, take your, kind of push it down around the edges, try to keep it in here as much as you can. Now you will still have some ice potentially sitting on the edge of the turkey, but that's okay. As long as the majority of it is done, you're good to go. So we're going to take this and we're going to throw it away very carefully in the trash can. So now now that that's done, you want to get your cat from getting the turkey, and you're going to have giblets in here. You're going to have the neck, and it can be a little bit of a hassle to pull it out. Okay. As you can see, that is the neck of the turkey. I'm going to put it in a separate bowl, and the turkey and the giblets themselves are good for gravy, if you want to make that, but that's a separate video. So you want to kind of get in there. You want to make sure that everything is out of the center, and this is why wearing the gloves sometimes is very important. Now, I don't feel anything else. It's just hollow. A little bit of ice in there, but that's okay. So at this juncture, I'm going to go ahead and toss my gloves, and we're actually just going to put that in the freezer, or we're actually going to cook it here in a little bit, just for our cat. So, all right, so here's your oven bag. Now, it doesn't necessarily look fairly big, but what you want to do is you just want to open it up, take your teaspoon of flour, dump it in there, and all you're going to do, kind of crumple the end, just kind of shake it around. What you're wanting to do, it's not really going to look like it's sticking, but it is coating the inside of the bag. Now, you can use, if you don't want to use flour, if you want to use non-stick spray, you certainly can do that. This is entirely up to you. This is your turkey. So it looks like it's pretty decently, you're not going to get like a huge coverage, but you're going to get a decent coverage. Now, you can keep the flour in there if you want, or if you want, you can dump the excess out of it. Just going to shake it a little bit more, kind of make sure I get as much as humanly possible. Alright, so you're going to need a deep cooking pan, something that's at least 2 inches tall on the side. What we're just going to do is we're going to take your bag, and we're going to kind of set it down. Now, you just want to create a nice opening, something large enough to set the turkey in. You might not be able to kind of wrap it around the sides like you like, but you just want to push it down. Alright, so we're going to put the turkey in here in just a minute, and we're going to season it and close it up. Alright, so we have our bag, and we have our turkey. So you just want to put these as close as possible. If you get any salmonella, obviously just clean it up. So when you can do this by yourself, so just kind of set it in the bag, apply it a little bit, and then I'm actually going to switch gloves right now really quickly. And I'm doing this because right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the salt and pepper out, and we're going to just take it and take it on just the top. You don't have to go crazy with it, just kind of put as much or as little that you want. Now you can put, if you want to melt some butter, put it around here. It's also good if you want to put some, if you want to cook it with veggies, put the veggies on the bottom of the turkey and then put the turkey on top of them. So just kind of shake and get a decent, nice little area. Now I'm just using regular salt and pepper for this, so you can certainly do another one. What I'm just going to do is just do like a light rub into it. and take the gloves off. Now, your oven bag will come with a little tab to actually close it. So go ahead and take your bag and pull it up. Now you want to try to get kind of the air out of it. You don't want to leave a lot of air in it. And then just take your tab and find a spot on there that you want to close it on. All right, there we go. Got a nice bag in there, or we do have some air in there. It's not necessarily tight, but we've got a nice closure on it. So now we're going to set the oven to 350 degrees, but before we do that, you want to take, if you have two racks in here, take a rack out, and we're going to set one of the racks to the bottom of the oven itself. Now we're going to turn the oven to 350 degrees, and we're going to cook this per the bag for 2 to 2.25 hours. You can cook it a little longer, and what we're looking for on here, on the turkey itself, we're looking for 170 degrees internal temperature. So I'm going to set it to 350, and we'll be back in about 2.25 hours. Okay, so now that we've moved, really quickly I want to talk about disposal of really anything from the turkey. What I've done, obviously, this is the pan we had the turkey in, and there's salmonella, swimming around on the bottom here in the aluminum foil. Don't pour this down the sink. Don't pour it down the sink. That's not healthy. So what we are going to do, though, is I have an empty trash can, and all of this, well, not the pan, but the aluminum foil and the salmonella, we are going to pour into that garbage bag, and we're automatically going to tie up and throw away. And that is my best suggestion on how to dispose any of the kind of nastier stuff that goes with the turkey. So, all right, so our turkey has been cooking for about 2 hours and 15 minutes. A little over. I let it just sit in there, just about 5 more minutes. So take it out, and you're going to want to go ahead and really let it kind of sit for just a little bit to kind of cool down. It's still cooking in the bag from the heat, so you don't have to worry about it being totally cool. But we'll open it up here in a minute, but you can see through the bag, it's browning very nicely, especially on the top portion. But what we do want to do is just cut just a small section here onto the top, because what we need to do is we need to measure the temperature. Now what we're looking for is at least 170 degrees that our thermometer comes up with. That is how you're going to know it's done. And as you can see right now, our temperature is 179, so we're really in a good spot right here. So I feel confident that this is done. So we're going to go ahead and take it out of the bag, and we're going to put it on a cutting board. Alright, so a couple of things before we carve it I forgot to mention. So when you start seeing the turkey start to pull away from the bone, that is also close to being done. You're seeing the skin kind of retract more onto it. So we're going to cut really quickly, and if you still have the butterball one, I tossed mine, but it will give you a good way of how to actually cut your turkey as well. So just a nice thing for your drumstick, just kind of cut in the gap here and just kind of cut underneath, and then just kind of pull it up. so you can see how it's connected right here. Just kind of want to try to cut right along there. Now as far as the extra meat, I mean, you got your wing here. So for like your wing, kind of cut the skin, kind of cut at the connective joints. And you've got that piece off. Now on the turkey breast itself, I mean, just kind of grab like a fork or just kind of hold it down and just kind of cut it at a nice angle. There you go. And you can see you're going to have a lot of juice here, so you really want to let it kind of sit for a while to let the juice redistribute. If you've already done that, I mean, this can be very nice and juicy once you serve it. So if you enjoyed making this recipe today, please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and hey, have a happy Thanksgiving. Thanks for watching, and have a good rest of your day. Bye.